Mario Kart Double Dash, one of my favorite Mario Kart game of all time in the Mario Kart series, that is filled with double the fun, double the chaos, pairing as a team, and most of all, and very well known for in this game, special items. Hey, what's up fighters, Fightman 1995 here, and welcome to another one of my top 10 videos. So, it's been a couple years since I last done a top 10 video, so for this topic, we're going to be talking about Mario Kart Double Dash special items. Now, originally this was going to be top 8, but I finalized it to be top 10 Mario Kart Double Dash special items. So anyway, before we begin, if y'all could do me a huge favor and punch that like button on this video, I would really appreciate it. If you like to, leave your comment of what your favorite Mario Kart Double Dash special item is. Criticism is allowed, but be sure to respect other people's decisions as well as mine. So, anyway, here are the few rules that we have. Well, as many of you have played the game already, you probably should know that, spoiler alert for those who haven't, King Boo and Petey Piranha do not have a special item of their own, and therefore use all the special items for all 10 of the items that I'm going to be listing here pretty soon. So, yeah, and then, as you should know, there are 2 different special items for a certain pairing, but we'll be going over that soon. But I think this should be an easy guess for you guys. So, there are at least 4 things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about their usefulness, their pros and cons, their efficiency, and we'll be making Mario Kart references from later games before and after Mario Kart Double Dash. So, without further ado, let us begin the countdown. The heart has honestly got to be the weakest special item in the game in my opinion. To me, this one's pretty pathetic. But this item is used by Princess Peach and Daisy, and what that does is that's basically your shield. What happens is that there's 2 hearts that spin round and round to your cart until you bump into one of the items, whether it's a shell, banana, mushroom, whatever. And once you run into one of the items, they become yours to use. Now, the reason I put this low is because it's only useful for defense. And really, I would only recommend Princess Peach and Daisy for if you're a beginner and you're like not very good at the game. But overall, it feels kind of pointless to even have the heart in the game. And I just always wonder why this is even a special item, because there's hardly any pros about this, but just having a very good defense. It has really nothing to do with offense. So that's why the heart is the lowest list and gets a spot at number 10. Okay, so I have a question for you. Why the heck is this a special item? Anyway, Triple Green Shell. This is a special item that is used by Koopa Troopa and Paratroopa. So, what the Triple Green Shell does is that they work like every other green shell in the Mario Kart game. You throw it, it goes straight, and then bounce like a pinball machine until it hits somebody, whether it's you or some opponent of yours. So, the reason I call this special is that Triple Green Shell first originated in Mario Kart 64, then Super Circuit, and then later game after Mario Kart Double Dash. Now, Triple Green Shell has been placed higher than the heart, and the reason for that is because it's pretty good for defense in case you're about to get hit by a homing red shell, in which in this case you can throw it backwards to defend yourself from a red shell. Or you can just use it for removing items like bananas or something. Objects that are in your way. But really, I don't really find it all too useful in any other way. And plus, it's really a basic item in my opinion. So that's why Triple Green Shell gets number 9 on this list. The egg is honestly not a bad item in my opinion, but I have to place this low on the list. So, I think you guys should already guess who this is owned by. These are owned by Yoshi and Birdo. Now, there are color differences between Yoshi and Birdo, because, as you know, Yoshi has the green egg, Birdo has the pink egg. So, what this does is that the egg will home on your opponent if you throw it forward, if there's anybody in front of you, or you can throw it backward. And once the egg hits something, or it cracks on its own, it will split into 3 different items. It can either be a shell, banana, bomb, mushroom, or even a star. And the reason I place this low on the list is because not only would it benefit you, but it would also benefit your opponent. And, which in this case, you might want to be careful about how you use your egg on this one. Although it may be a useful item, it really isn't all that good in my opinion. I just find it a little bit decent. So that's why egg is at number 8. Originally this was going to be higher than 7, but it didn't. Speaking of number 7, this item is another one of the items that have been used before Mario Kart Double Dash. Where has this been used by? Mario Kart 64, except this one doesn't have the crown. This is called the Kohler Mushroom. This is used by Toad and Toadette, as you probably would have guessed already. And that was pretty obvious of a guess. And for those who have been with me for a very long time, you guys should all well know that I hate Toad pretty much. But Toadette, not very much of a hatred more than Toad. But let's not go over that right now. So, the Kohler Mushroom is amazing for making comeback by using unlimited amount of boost before the timer runs out. Use this as many times as you want, but watch out, because if you make one careless move to that Kohler Mushroom, you'll be flying off the track and get careless at one point. So all I want to say is be careful with how you use the Kohler Mushroom. It's great for comeback, but it's still possible to fall off. But like I said, be careful. Now, originally I would call this a basic item. Well, it kind of is and kind of not. But this is why Kohler Mushroom is at number 7. Okay, now we're getting into some of the better items. Fireball gets at number 6, and this item is used by the Mario Brothers. Surprise, surprise! Not really. Mario and Luigi. So, just like Yoshi and Birdo, they have different color variation. Mario's the red and Luigi's the green. What this does is that once activated, it splits up to 5 fireballs, 2 from the left, 1 centered, and 2 to the right. This is a very good item to hit your opponent with that are probably hard to hit. Good for offense and defense. The only bad news about that is that you can still hit yourself with that and lit yourself on fire by accident. Now, while this may be good, useful, and efficient, well, like I said, you can still hit yourself with a fireball. That's a big downside to that. So, it's not a very bad item, but I suggest that you play your fireball right. But in either way, not a bad item, and that's why it gets number 6. Whoa, 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 what? Triple green shell was at number 9, so why is it at number 5? Well, in all truthfulness, I love the triple red shells in Mario Kart Double Dash. And as you guys probably guessed already, this one is owned by Koopa Troopa and Paratroopa. Now, originally I was gonna put the green shell and the red shell together, but I decided against that. So, although the triple red shell isn't really a special item, it's more of a basic item, the triple red shell is really to be reckoned with, because it's a very good item for the Koopas to have. While it did originate in 64 and from Super Circuit, this one is very good for offense and defense. So, just like the green shell, the red shell has its own mechanic. Throw forward with the red shell and it hones in on your opponent, unless otherwise thrown backward. And this one I actually forgot to say for the triple green shell and the triple red shell. But the bad news is that if you're hit by an item, then you lose 2 of your shells. But if you have 2 shells, you only lose 1. But really, the triple red shell is really good for defense and offense, as I said just seconds ago. Which is why it's at the top 5 list and wins number 5. Okay, so the next 4 special item I have not listed yet. These 4 were very hard for me, but taking number 4 is the giant banana. The giant banana is used by the Kong, Donkey Kong, and Diddy Kong. And giant banana, in my opinion, I feel like it's really underrated. And my reason that I say it's underrated is because although it may be easy to dodge, which I can kind of understand, but it's really the AIs that aren't very good. But the problem with that is, you just need to play your giant banana efficiently and play it right. And giant banana is actually pretty good for defense. And all you gotta really do is simply place the giant banana at a good spot where it's very hard to dodge, and voila, you did it. You messed up your opponent. And after giant banana is hit, then split the 3 bananas. I mean, I can kind of see why people say it's very easy to dodge, but really, you just gotta learn to play your banana right. And like I said before, it's underrated in my opinion. I feel like it needs a little bit more love. So, take my word for it, if you can. So, this is why giant banana is at number 4. And it's high on the list. Beep beep! Chain Chomp coming through! That's right, Chain Chomp is at number 3 on this list. This item is owned by the babies, Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. Now, Chain Chomp, in my opinion, is a really good item for comeback. And I say that because if you're really doing really bad at Mario Kart Double Dash and it's low on like the ranking list in terms of race, this is a very good item to use for comeback. But watch out though, because even though you use your Chain Chomp, that doesn't mean you're safe from flying off the stage, because it is still possible. As much as I hate to say that, but it's really true. But honestly, it's very great for comeback. Good offense and a little bit of good defense. But I guess the downside is if you're hit or something, then Chain Chomp can go loose on you. So that is why it's at the top 3, winning the number 3 spot. Oh boy, this is one of the last items you want to even get hit by. Number 2 is the Bob-omb, and this one is used by the Wario brothers, Wario and Waluigi. So, this Bob-omb guy. This guy is a pretty deadly item, in my opinion. Although this item can be used in Bob-omb Blast for Mario Kart Double Dash Battle Mode, this one is still good. Although it doesn't really walk around. That's the only bad part. But really, the reason why it's at number 2 is because if you can play the bomb right, like set it back down behind you, you can get a lot of people with the bomb if played correctly. Unless you're trying to bomb somebody in front of you, then that's great. Good for offense, good for defense. The only thing I will have to worry about is be careful not to explode yourself with that. Now, I get some people probably hate Bob-omb, and I kind of understand that. But me, I love the destruction of the Bob-omb. But what could be more destructible than Bob-omb? Well, let's find out which one's at number 1, shall we? For those of you who have watched the video all the way through, you already know what number 1 is, and that is the Bowser Shell. This is an item with, you guessed it, is used by Bowser and Bowser Jr. Now, Bowser Shell, in my opinion, is way more deadlier than a Bob-omb because good for offense and defense, and good for ultimate destruction. You can destroy passes in your way, knock down rivals with your Bowser Shell, and for the fact that it's a gigantic shell that rolls around. The only downside is that you can also get hit by it, and I think, if I remember correctly, if you're hit by the Bowser Shell, you lose your item. But someone correct me if I'm wrong. Well, either way, nothing will ever beat the Bowser Shell. Like, ever. No matter if it's a bomb, chain shot, or whatever. This item is the deadliest item of all, and is very useful for dominating the competition of Mario Kart Double Dash. So, there you go. That is your number 1 spot for Mario Kart Double Dash Special Item. Alright guys, so that will wrap things up for the top 10 Mario Kart Double Dash Special Item episode. So, if you guys would like to, leave your own comment and your top 10. Which one's your least favorite and which one's your favorite of all time. So, once again, I want to thank you guys all so much for watching this. And remember, if you enjoyed this episode of my top 10 video and would like to see another top 10 later in the future, don't forget to punch that like button. And who knows what the next idea will be. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe. So, once again, I am Fightman1995. See you all, have a good day. Game on, my friends, and take care. Goodbye.